Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Writing with Dice podcast, the podcast where we write an outline for a new movie every single week using our patented dice writing game. I'm Colin Burns. With me, as always, is my main man, Liberty, and we have a special guest this week, Illy. Illy, we're happy to have you. How are you doing?
Good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you have not watched this show before, so we're just kind of throwing you into the fire here.
Trial by fire. That's how I like it.
So what is it?
Ileana, you can go first, go.
So what is it you think we're going to be doing here? What is it like you... have I explained things well enough beforehand?
I have a feeling we're gonna be rolling some dice, and based on the numbers of those dice, stuff's gonna happen.
Yep.
Basically, that is very fair.
Cool.
That is very accurate. That is very accurate.
Mm-hmm. When you roll dice, when we roll dice, things tend to happen, and they're never the thing that you want to happen. But it's usually going to be the same number as Favin, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's happened a whole bunch of times before.
Ileana, why don't you say a little bit about your writing experience, may it be limited or not, that you've done with like story creating, writing in any sense? Do you have how much experience would you say you have in that?
I've got, I want to say like a beginner level of experience because I've done a bit of writing, with screenplays for school and my own short stories, but I've never really taken it anywhere. So, beginner.
Awesome, that's good. Well, any idea you have here, you will get 30% of that money back if it's made into a movie. That's the writing with dice guarantee, but then me and Colin also get 30%, so you know.
So the people making the movie only get like 10% of the box office? That sounds fair sounds fair to me, right? Right?
Yeah,
We're doing our work, like.
We're doing the hard work.
So, Ileana, you had a theme. As we brought in a guest, we wanted a themed episode around whatever you had chosen. So what is your theme for today's writing or story we're going to do?
Space stuff.
Space stuff?
Space stuff. The great beyond.
We go to the stars.
Yeah.
Infinity and beyond.
We haven't done any space stuff yet.
We haven't.
And the vagueness of space stuff means we can go into like the supernatural, go like into some Star Wars Jedi shit, or we can go like more realistic Martian-esque stuff. I guess we'll see with what the dice gives us, but...
Yep, and I kind of modified the game a little bit to kind of fit that. I gave us some very space-specific genres. Some of the genres being, the first one's comedy, as always, and there's like horror sci-fi, or a space western, or a heist, or an action, or a romance, road trip, and then I added a few at the end. Man versus self. They're kind of going away from the genres, and they're more about the point of the movie, but like it's man versus self, man versus nature, or man versus man, or man versus self again. So I kind of shit the bed on the man versus self. I didn't realize I repeated myself with a man versus self, but
hey, that's okay. Double the chance to get man versus yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
The best.
So the first roll we're going to do is going to decide whether or not we get to pick our genre right now, or if we get kind of screwed and we have to pick our genre later. So the first roll we get is 1. What's 1 again? 1 again.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. I'm not ready.
Okay, so or D6, it's odd, so we don't get to pick our genre yet. So we have to go through. We have to start writing our space story. And then only kind of near the end do we actually get to know what genre of movie we're making. Great.
Exciting.
Fun. So
that's always the best part.
Yes.
We have to make characters and all this stuff, and then we make the most serious, intense characters, and it's like, oh, by the way, you're making an Adam Sandler comedy. And it's like, great, perfect, love that.
Or the complete opposite. We're thinking of some like wacky hijinks space adventure, and then no, you're getting serious here. You're going for the Oscar. Of course, all of our movies are going to end up going for the Oscars, but
that's true.
Okay, so the next roll we get is we got to roll a d20 for our very first wild card, the very first thing that we have to include in the script, and it is 16. What's 16?
16 is what would Shyamalan do?
Yeah,
M Night this bitch up.
Exactly. I changed
we don't know.
We didn't even know where to start. Okay. What would from the beginning? Okay, you hear M Night Shyamalan is doing a space movie. What do you think M Night Shyamalan is gonna do with that space movie?
It's not in space.
It's not in space.
Oh, with the twist.
Going for the twist already. Okay, there you go. That is perfectly valid. So we have to write a space movie knowing full well there's going to be a plot twist in which it's not actually in fucking space the entire time. All right,
Dude, they're at the bottom of the ocean instead.
Oh,
what was that movie
I
that
like
came out?
that.
Wasn't that a movie that came out a little while ago? It was like a
Did I
sci-fi
rip that
adventure,
off?
and then it was no, it had Kristen Stewart.
with
And it was apparently
Kristen Stewart and T.J. Miller.
yeah, and it came out and it
I
was
saw that
apparently
before the pandemic.
was it okay? What do you think of it? Was it actually any good?
If T.J. Miller wasn't in it, it would have been great.
Oh,
Fair enough.
nice. Okay, so
He added nothing to the movie. No
Yes.
shade to the guy, but
Underwater was the name of the film.
very apt name for that. Okay, so now we get to start performing our characters. We got to roll a d6, and then that decides if we get to apply some character traits to our antagonist or a protagonist. And our roll is a 6. So that means we get to apply our protagonist. We get to build our protagonist.
Alrighty. So, are we thinking? We're thinking space. It's out in space. M. Night Shyamalan twist in it. I don't think we gotta fully commit to like it's in the water, but it could be like maybe they're on Mars and then it turns out we're on the moon instead. Like it'd be super stupid, right?
Or they're in
It
a
doesn't
simulation, or they're in, or they think they're the colonizers of the planet. Wait, he did a fucking space movie. He did a space movie, and it was
Did he?
they gave the plot twist away in the title of the movie. It was the one with Will Smith and Jaden Smith.
After
After
Oh,
Earth,
After
yeah,
Earth.
After Earth, because
Yeah.
apparently the movie started with that they were gonna try to make it to be like, oh, they're going to an alien world, and then the plot twist is it's Earth, and then they just fucking gave it away in all the trailers and the
Named it After
posters and the name of the movie. so it wasn't the most M Night way of doing it, but okay.
Okay, so kind of like this idea, different world, different whatever, but that's going to be shaken up in a big reveal. That's
Yes.
kind of what I'm thinking. And we're establishing, I'd say more for what you were thinking, Ileana, about it being in space. Are you thinking about being out in the cosmos or like adventuring to different planets? What are your thoughts there? What vibe were you thinking?
Really more just being out in the cosmos and whatever happens.
Okay, so we could central it around them being in the spaceship.
That's true.
Kind of like a lot of spaceship movies. There's a ton of spaceship movies, but
Yes,
could focus on that. Maybe they're traveling to a different planet. Who knows?
yes. One of the things I changed for the game for this week kind of includes that it's in our settings, because some of the settings that we're going to be rolling for is in one spaceship, or in our solar system, in like an inhabited alien civilization, a thinking seemingly uninhabited planet, and the far future, and like the very near realistic future. So that's going to kind of mix up what we got there, because it's
All right.
we got a lot of possibilities. But the
So
first
let's
thing,
roll some character traits. That's what we
Yes.
need to be doing.
Yes, so, and so that means I
Find
gotta roll a
our
d12. First one is a 6.
So 6, our first positive trait to our protagonist is that they
Optimistic?
are optimistic. Yes.
Ooh, okay. So that's always a good trait for a protagonist, is someone who's optimistic, and that'll really kind of drive them through the plot. It'll keep them motivated. It'll keep them always trying to do the right thing, because you don't like a protagonist who's always doing the shitty thing, unless they're some kind of anti-hero. But it's a good foundation. We have someone optimistic leading the story.
Ileana, who are some characters that you when you think of an optimistic character in film, like who are some characters that come to mind in your opinion?
Dear. I don't remember the last movie I watched that had a very optimistic main character.
Okay, a lot of edgy
I
films.
don't know if that's a good thing or not. Actually, funny enough, along with the space theme, Firefly, the mechanic, Kaylee.
Oh, okay.
She is very optimistic about everything.
That's good. Is she? I haven't watched Firefly.
Me neither.
Hate to
Same.
call myself
Honestly,
out.
I
Me
feel
and Colin
bad.
both haven't. Awesome. What's she like as a character? Is she like pretty like snarky, witty, or is she just like a happier person?
She's very bubbly. It's
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like the opposite that you would expect a mechanic to be. She's very bubbly, but she's also super knowledgeable. We love her.
Okay. So
Yeah.
perhaps we steal a little bit of that for our character. Let's find out the second character trait before we start defining them.
Hmm.
Yes, and the
What do we
next one that we're rolling, are we going to do a positive or a negative character trait?
Let's do a negative. Let's get our first negative.
Negative. All right.
Yeah.
We rolled a
Give him some depth.
4. We rolled a 4.
Impatient. Okay,
Impatient. Okay.
that adds up. So optimistic and bubbly, but a little bit likes to jump the gun, likes to get stuff done.
Mhm.
That feels very much like kind of a mechanic vibe, or like somebody who's on that ship for maybe it could even be for like a researcher or something like that. They whatever they were trying to do is something that they want to do. They're eager to get whatever it is done.
Yeah, and you would think that someone, especially if we're doing space travel takes a long ass time in a lot of sci-fi. So it would take a certain type of personality to be able to survive out there, to be able to like mentally stay intact. Even though someone's going to be optimistic and bubbly, there's going to be some kind of like inner strength to that. So it's going to add a little bit of realism to the character.
Alrighty, so let's get the second positive trait.
Yeah, second positive trait, rolling
Yep.
a 3, which is
Adventurous.
Adventurous.
Ooh, I'm into it.
Ooh.
I'm into it.
What do you think? What do you think comes along with adventurous and optimistic, Ileana?
This gives me the vibes of someone that is adventuring for the ability to find something that's really needed. You know, whether it be a resource that's really needed or finding answers to maybe some big problem back on Earth or wherever they might have come from.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it brings up the idea optimistic, bubbly, adventurous, and impatient. It's really someone who's always going to kind of be impulsive and somewhat risky. Not always in a bad way, but always kind of willing to make the leaps of faith and kind of play and to kind of do the sacrifice things whenever needed to accomplish the mission, to accomplish what they think is right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we're kind of looking at somebody who's kind of grounded in nobility. I agree with Ileana. I think that when I think adventurous and optimistic, I think like almost like this altruistic greater good type of thing. But with the impatient is like I'm kind of maybe a little bit like not selfish, but I'm the one that's gonna do this. I gotta do this. Like this kind of that personal like self-confidence, maybe not in a negative way, but in a way that is just whoever they are, they believe that they truly can be the one that can fix this. So they're going to do what they got to. They're going to get adventurous. They're going to go outside the box to do that.
This person is sounding more and more likable and like a really
Yeah,
good
I know. I like
protagonist.
this
People are
character.
yeah, I already like this person. Okay, but we do have to give them another negative character trait, and so I'm going to roll another d12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2. What's the 2?
Cruel.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh shit!
Very
Okay.
optimistic and cruel.
Oh, okay. And for whatever reason, my mind just jumped to one of the other few science fiction things that I've kind of been watching lately is Doctor Who. I've been rewatching some Doctor Who, and for some people who know Doctor Who, the guy is very optimistic. Doctor Who is very always kind of trying to do the right thing, but there are some moments of intense cruelty in which Doctor Who tries to punish some people and kind of goes probably, at least in my mind, a little bit too far. So it just brought the image of Doctor Who to my mind. I don't know if you guys will know, but that's what I thought of.
I kind of see what you're saying though. Like they're almost like Batman, right? He's doing the right thing, but sometimes Batman really skirts that line of what the right thing is. We're talking about Space Batman out here, like.
A very bubbly optimistic. I wouldn't say Space Batman, more like Space
Yeah,
Dick
not...
Grayson. Space Dick Grayson. He goes
Space Nightwing.
Sorry,
what do you
this
think?
Omni-Man we're talking about?
Dude, I'll gladly put fucking Omni-Man in our show. I love Invincible.
Shit, I haven't watched Invincible yet. I feel left out of all the memes. All I'm seeing around me are
Dude.
Invincible memes lately, and I missed out.
Think, Colin, think.
Omni-Man is the hottest space dilf out of all of the space dilfs. He's got salt and pepper hair and a big old stash. So,
all right, I'm gonna add probably a DILF to our character description.
DILF or MILF. We could do.
Yep.
A lot of when I think about space like sci-fi, I think about some of the best characters. I think about like Ripley, you know. I'm thinking about we get hot ass space ladies that get shit done.
Okay, so this character is hot. We're just throwing that in there. This character is hot.
Oh yeah.
For absolutely no
Obviously,
reason. We're just throwing sex appeal in there. I'm into it.
MILF
It
slash
Yeah,
DILF.
you got it.
hot. So they're hot.
Well, you get that cruel comes a little bit of that sexy badassness too, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So we have our protagonist kind of formed, or generally formed. Now we need to form our antagonist. We need to form the opposing person or force that's going to be going against them. So, are we going to try to have someone who's like the other side of the coin, or are we going to have to try to have someone who's very radically different from our protagonist?
I think.
I
What do you have to say, Eliana?
Sorry, I was just gonna say I really hope that the antagonist has better qualities than the protagonist. I think that would be hilarious.
Oh,
So,
like a.
What do you mean?
Okay. What do you say?
Well, like the antagonist doesn't get the cruel trait, you know, maybe they get lazy instead of cruel. Like they get lazy and greedy, which are less bad traits than what the protagonist has. So I just think that'd be entertaining if they were seemingly a better person.
Like there's just at one point there's like a line that gets crossed by the protagonist, and even the antagonist is like, "Oh damn, okay." Like,
I kind of like
the one idea I had with just space in general is if we did the antagonist less of a person, it more being an environment or a creature. Because a lot of times space movies you get like it's not all usually like the bad person in space movies is rather a crazy alien or something like that. So I like the idea of almost like Ileana said, but with like instead of it being like better, it's like at some point the creature starts to fear the protagonist instead of the protagonist fearing the creature. Like the creature is like, oh my god, doing some crazy shit down there. What the hell?
That's a
You okay, bro?
That's a great way to put it. It's kind of like fucking Aliens when Ripley finally comes out in the fucking mech suit. Was that Aliens? Am I thinking of the right one? When Ripley finally comes out in the mech suit and stuff.
Wasn't it?
I kind of get them mixed up. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of get the first three mixed up all the time. But either way, you gotta have that moment. You gotta have that kind of girl power moment if our protagonist is a female when they come out and finally have like a fighting chance and put some fear into the heart of the enemy. That's
We
really
gotta have that girl boss moment.
We're gonna have it set to "I'm just a girl," right?
Is that the best one you could think of right now, Colin?
Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, don't judge me.
All right, fair enough. So let's kind of roll, see what we get for our antagonist.
Or anything? All right.
Ileana, it's your story. What are you more thinking? Are you thinking a fellow person that they're up against, a force of evil, a creature? What's up? What are you thinking?
I really vibe with either a person or a creature. A person because it could be someone that is on the ship with them, or it could be a comrade, or it could be just this, random human floating by in a spacesuit that said, you know what, I'm gonna attack this and completely avoid all laws of space.
I'm in on this. I'm gonna do something.
Space law.
I'm gonna act up.
Okay, but either way, it's gonna be something with personality. I'm not gonna be fighting some kind of like faceless force, so they're going to be fighting someone or something that has personality to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I think that gives us a good enough reason we can roll a couple times to some personality traits, and that they're the antagonist. Let's roll for a -1 first. Gonna roll a d12 and got 5. What's 5?
Oh, malicious.
Ooh, malicious.
So this thing's a little deadly.
And it kind of probably enjoys it a little bit. They're really going for the violence. We're going for shock factor here.
So with that enjoying of violence, I kind of more see another person, kind of a sadistic person almost to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A saboteur. Oh wait. Oh god. I have a really awful idea, but
What is it?
Come on.
What
we're
is it?
making the Among Us movie.
Yeah. That's exactly where my mind went.
No.
And I was hoping we would have fucking avoid this, but you put it out there. You said it.
Oh.
So,
Oh god, a like serious crazy drama about Among Us.
Oh god. Someone here is sus. Oh god. I'm just thinking of all like the really fucking terrible fan-made posters there are of like a live-action Among Us movie. Well, I'm literally gonna look this up right now. Live-action Among Us. Oh, okay, yeah. Look at this shit. Like, look at these. So basically, this is what we're making here. We're making the live-action Among Us movie now.
Oh my god.
No,
Oh,
I
God.
don't
Look at that,
agree
look
to
at that.
this.
Well, I mean, okay, if we get to settings and the setting is anything other than in one spaceship, then it's not going to be an Among Us movie. But if we get to get to the setting and we roll a 1, we're doing an Among Us movie.
So there's a 1 in 6
God.
chance we're making the Among Us movie,
Oh god,
which nobody wants to see.
Not sponsored.
fuck.
Not at all sponsored.
Okay. Okay.
So malicious or first. Let's get a positive trait for our antagonist before we fully commit to
Okay, rolling
Among
a
Us themes.
D12 and a 10.
Yes.
We got a 10.
For positive is charming.
Charming. Ooh, okay. We got some devilishly charming. Someone malicious, but they're... Fuck. So we already said our protagonist is hot. Our antagonist is probably pretty hot, too. We got two real attractive people.
Lovers to enemies, enemies to lovers.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Enemies, either
Dilf
way,
versus
it's
MILF?
hot. Either malicious-
Or MILF versus MILF. Or DILF versus DILF. You can do anything.
What about the gilfs?
Oh, no.
Okay. That was cruel of you, Emiliana.
That was a little sus, Illy. Come on. Okay, just moving right past that, I'm going to roll another negative character trait for our antagonist. They are 3. What's 3?
Greedy.
Greedy. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very much starting to sound like a person.
Yes.
Not a lot of space creatures that are very charming, in my opinion. Maybe Predator, but that's about it.
Yeah, Predator's got them dreadlocks, man. You gotta get those dreadlocks, get that heat vision going.
And he's Jack. Have you seen Predator's thighs?
Yeah, that's true. Predator is absolutely jacked. Predator can
Works out.
probably get it. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Just gonna move on, and our positive trait for our antagonist, a 4.
Yes.
What's 4?
Cooperative.
Oh, okay.
So, like a team.
Either a team or our antagonist is a leader of some sort and has their own squad they work with. So it's not just like one individual person. It's a whole. It's a whole crew.
Can the antagonist be a hive mind entity?
Yes. That is. Yeah. That's great. Going full, going full Sense 8 or the Flood from Halo. Yeah, we can absolutely do something like that.
Oh my god. Oh, can it be an AI? Can it be a robot?
AI. Yep, it absolutely could be.
Hive mind AI robot.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
So,
What do you think, Ileana?
Okay.
Isn't that the premise of like the first episode of the second season of Love, Death, and Robots?
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
Is it?
shit, wait.
Oh!
Okay, the first episode, sorry, I literally binge watched that the other day and I'm trying to remember.
It's the vacuum bots.
Vacuum bots. Wait, the vacuum.
Just
Oh,
look
yeah,
up
yeah,
vacuum
yeah.
bots.
Yeah, the vacuum bots. So all the robots are starting to lose their shit and it's the lady with the dog. Yeah. That was a good episode. Love Death Robots season 2. From what I've seen so far, it's really good.
I looked up
all of
vacuum
season
bot,
2, it's just...
and it brought in the wiki of my life as a teenage robot.
Oh fuck! You
Oh,
just like
So
unlocked some memories, dude. My life as a teenage robot, Jesus Christ. You just like unlocked some memories.
I think I'm lost here. Anywho,
Yes. Okay, so what I
what?
was thinking for our antagonist, robot uprising, and it's like the robot fucking butlers, more or less. We got some like charming robot butlers, servers, who are all just like super suave and charming and lovely. Think like fucking Michael Fassbender in Prometheus and Covenant.
yeah.
So something
Oh,
like that, but they start going wrong. So like 2001: A Space Odyssey, the robots start losing their mind and trying to kill the people.
Mm-hmm.
mhm. The other thing you can get with Hive Mind though is you can also, if we wanted to do parasitic thing going on, we could.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
think personally, I'm leaning more towards Robos a bit. I love robots. I don't know where you guys heads at. Ileana, what do you think?
I like your idea of the parasite. Could there not be some sort of parasite that infects mechanical creatures and maybe turns them partially organic?
Oh,
Oh, and then because they're turning organic, they can infect humans with it, so it gets even more
Mm-hmm.
lethal.
holy, we're getting like into
Mm-hmm.
fucking cosmic horror here, and I love it. Holy
Yeah.
shit, they're getting high
Oh.
science fiction. I love it. Okay, hive mind, hive mind.
God, we're gonna get like a romance theme.
Yeah, I know.
It's just gonna be like
She was a deep space adventurer. He was a hive mind parasite. But then they fell in love.
Question mark?
I absolutely love it. I love it. So I think that gives us a good antagonist here. So we have our protagonist, and we have our antagonistic force here. And
Okay.
now is the time to roll for our setting, which is going to kind of finalize a lot of things for us.
Actually, we first need to roll 2 wild cards.
Oh, do we? Did I miss a couple wild cards?
Yes, you did.
You're right. We do need to roll a couple wild cards.
We gotta screw this story up.
Oh.
It's starting to get cool.
So
Oh wait, there's a
Oh,
twist by the
boy.
way. There's a Shyamalanian twist by the way that we need in here.
okay. I think we can get to that later.
We can get to that later. I'm just saying.
Okay, so our first of our two new d20s is a 17. What's 17? The
Our
protagonist.
protagonist has an Achilles heel.
Okay, that
A
makes
massive
sense.
Achilles heel.
So they have one kind of weakness that may or may not be very obvious, but it's one very almost fatal weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately think we could go basic, we could do the kryptonite where it just hurts them, or we could do maybe they're protecting something or something and that's their weakness. It's not actually themselves, but whatever they're in the need of protecting.
Yeah, it could even be something as simple as a skill they don't have or a sickness they have. Like, this wouldn't work in this particular story, but they can't swim. And then at some point in the story, we have to throw them in the water. Or, what if, okay, so this is a space story, they're always going to need oxygen and an oxygen supply. What if our protagonist has asthma?
Mm-hmm.
Our protagonist is always having trouble breathing, getting oxygen anyways. If they have trouble breathing even more, throw a bit more onto it. Liberty, what are you thinking?
What if the actual way the plague or whatever it is gets transmitted is like by sound or something, and our protagonist is deaf?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Does that make? But is that an Achilles heel?
Less
that-
so, no, not really. I was just kind of thinking of like a way we could make like, but then you could use it as like situations where hearing would be beneficial to them, but their lack of hearing. But then there could be situations like it works for that character that they're like they can't be infected by it, but there's still a like being deaf and still like makes your life harder to like can make aspects of especially trying to survive on a spaceship that could very much make it hard for them to get through that. But it's almost like the plot armor of why they can't get infected is more what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we
'Cause
kind of
even
get
if you
two
did-
birds stoned at once there.
Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts?
What if they couldn't feel pain? So they never know when they're injured, and that leads to a critical injury.
They like can't like properly. So like it's also like tiny bits of they can power through anything, but they can't like fully grasp their like their actual pain level and like what they're suffering through.
Ooh.
That, they're suffering massive internal bleeding right now, but their body doesn't recognize it. And they
So
slowly
it's
bleed
their
out.
weakness / what makes them able to persevere.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
I kind of really
What
like
if
that.
I like that too? What if like the reason why they're able to do that is like an experiment with the spaceship or something, or like to travel at the speed they need to take this pain inhibitor thing that like whatever, or maybe they're the only one that takes it or something like that. I like that, and then like the idea of like they are dying throughout the story, but they're almost not reacting to it because they can't. So like their body could just drop, and at points in the story they'll just pass out and drop, and then like they'll wake up, and then you could even do like an onboard AI that's like, you are at critical health, internal bleeding, and then they're like, I gotta keep pushing. Like you could have something that literally is describing how much pain they are in, but even they are like, I can't. Oh, that is a cool idea. I like that.
I like that too. So we have a protagonist who through some kind of means has some kind of damage to them, so they can't feel pain in the same way other people can. Okay, can't feel pain causes them to get into unsafe situations, unsafe and unhealthy situations. I'm into it.
And I think then if we go through it throughout the story, there's times where the pain overwhelms them, but they don't even realize it until it's like too late.
It's like, why is my heart beating so fast? Oh, right, my arm is almost fucking torn off. Great. Which is a little bit of a drastic one, but...
Also, it's a romance, so...
Okay, so we got another wild card we gotta throw in here.
Yep.
Another d20. We rolled a 5. And what's 5?
An over-the-top secondary character played by...
Yes!
Roll a
Okay.
d12!
I have been waiting for this one to be rolled since we started. This is gonna be my favorite one. So we have to...
Who are you hoping for, Ileana? What number are you hoping for on that list?
Hopefully any of them except for 8.
That's the one I want!
I was personally hoping for
Get
4.
out.
I was personally hoping to see Adam Sandler in drag in this movie. We got a serious sci-fi movie, and then it's like Adam Sandler shows up in a blonde wig. I'm into it.
All right.
Or Nicolas Cage.
I think if we got like Vin Diesel or Nicolas Cage, like if we could actually make that work, or Charlize Theron, we could make that
Or
work.
Melissa
completely.
McCarthy, or Stephen Ogg.
Samuel L. Jackson. These are all things we can make work, but Rob Schneider coming into our story is just gonna fuck it up. I promise you that.
Yeah.
All right. What's our D12 saying? Who is our secondary character
Our
played by?
D12. Our secondary character is played by... Run. 3.
Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna? Okay, we can work with that. We can work with Rihanna. I've only ever seen her act in one movie.
That she,
I couldn't imagine she was too bad.
she's gonna give us the soundtrack as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously. Naturally.
Of course, without a doubt. Well, she'll make a song with someone else for our main theme. Like it'll be like Rihanna featuring Pitbull or something. I don't know. Sorry,
Mr.
Rihanna. You don't
Worldwide? Okay. What's Rihanna's side character like? Who is she? Who is Rihanna playing here?
Can she be the AI?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the ship AI.
The ship AI that's got a little bit of sass and personality to it.
Oh, it has a lot of shit. I've completely lost my train of thought there. But she plays the ship AI that's always like that's sarcastic and talking back to the shipmates all the time.
Like very informative, but then also like when you say stupid stuff, it'll be like, "That's stupid." Like I want it. It'll be like an AI that's like, I've calculated 10 billion ways this could go, and all of them are bad. Like that type of AI, like.
Yeah.
Super high logistic power, but like not afraid to talk at shit. You remember?
So almost like Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Or do you remember Alan Tudyk's character in Rogue One, the droid?
Yes. Yes.
Kind of like a little bit like that. So like a dry sarcasm, like a dry like, like it's like, did you calculate everything? And it's like, no, I lied when I said I calculated everything. Of course I calculated everything.
And because it's Rihanna, I feel like we're gonna have to fucking holograph her, like have her like beam up like Cortana. So we're gonna have like a little mini Rihanna show up on all the holograms whenever she's talking to people.
Miniana.
Miniana.
God damn it.
What a
God
name.
damn it.
Oh, hail Miniana.
Oh, Miniana. And that's actually going to be the character name.
Cortana. Fabin said Cortana.
Okay. So now is the time we got to pick our setting, right?
Actually, we get to do protagonist motivation first, and then we get to do setting.
That's right. I am jumping ahead. I don't know my own game. God damn it.
That is fine.
Okay, so the protagonist
pages.
motivation, I usually have it be a D20, but I kind of cut it down here, so it's only a D12. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. D12. We rolled a 6. What is 6?
Get the MacGuffin.
Get the MacGuffin. Okay. So
MacGuffin is the cure.
What
Is
does
the
that
what?
mean?
It's the cure, right? There's like a parasitic thing. She's got to get the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin's going to stop the spread or the whatever.
Yeah. Well, get the
I feel
cure.
like that's the easy one. We could do something else too, but
Yeah, we could add a layer to it of like get the thing that'll get the cure, or start up the machine that'll get the cure, or something like that. But basically, the point is to get an object that will directly lead to them stopping the parasitic AI or whatever it is.
they're not trying to get off the ship. They're not trying to kill a certain thing. They need to acquire blank to do blank.
Yes.
They need to harvest a rare mineral only found on the asteroids in the southeast.
Oh, and then they gotta go out in the
Sector
spaceship.
ZZ4.
Yes.
And then the robots are like, "You can't go out there, pussy. Fight us on the ship."
Your human body is too weak to get it.
Joke's on you, I don't feel pain. I'm gonna go out there anyway. Damn, this motherfucker is badass. A little cruel, though. These robots are awful.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so do I have this right? Now we get our setting?
Now we get to do
Now we
something.
get our setting. So now we just got to roll a d6. We rolling a 1.
It's the Among Us movie!
No! Why? Why?
Okay.
Is it a fluke?
Getting away from the Among Us, though, in one spaceship really does work for this idea that we're
It
doing.
does. It does. We're
For-
on one big-ass spaceship.
We will have a line about someone being imposter, but that's about it.
Someone's sus.
Shyamalan twist, it's not a spaceship, it's an entire planet.
What?
Wait, like the spaceship is the planet?
Yeah,
Okay.
not a spaceship, it's a planet.
It's planet ship.
Planet ship Earth.
That's no moon. Reverse Star Wars. This ish.
Glad we're on this
That's
ship.
no
That's
Death
not
Star.
a ship. That's an organic moving planet. What?
So basically, we are doing Among Us the movie, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
That's what we're great.
Well, yeah, M. Night does not respect the source material, as any
No.
Avatar: The Last Airbender fan knows. So we're just gonna take this name and then absolutely belittle it and make it a very much worse version of it. Our main character's name is Ung.
Yep, I'm into it. The main character's name is Ung.
Ung the hero. All right, so we did 8. I believe now we get actually get our genres.
Yes. Now we do actually get our. So we have this whole plot going, but we might have to make this a romance or a heist of some kind, or we might just have to like throw a bunch of jokes in there and get a shitload of and make it a comedy. Great. So we got to roll a d12 for our. Hold on.
We gotta do a D6 first to see if we get 2 genres or not.
That's right. Roll a d6 first. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
A
first
horror
roll.
romance.
Great.
I ship it.
Okay. Rolled and a 4.
All right.
Okay, so we get.
So we only get one. One genre.
One
Genre.
solid. We don't have to split it. We can just get one. Perfect.
You
Okay,
can
so
focus.
Now rolling a d12.
I hope it's a romance.
8.
It's a road trip.
Road trip. Oh god. Okay, I put road in quotations because it's like a road trip movie, but they got to get from A to B. So they're doing this whole plot while they're trying to get to a place.
So they got to get the MacGuffin. Damn, this is a big ass spaceship. That if they're in a road trip, maybe it is a planet.
Okay.
So is this Paul?
Is
this just Paul, but in
Paul?
space?
But it's in the spaceship instead of on Earth.
Yeah.
But and there's
Simon Pegg, get over here.
Simon Pegg and Rihanna, the perfect team up.
I actually would like that. They would probably work very well together.
It would be a pretty funny movie, to be honest.
So I actually do have an idea of how to take the plot that we've made so far and make it a road trip movie. We have to kind of add a ticking clock. For this whole thing, they have to get it done before they land on a planet. So they know, like, at the end of the movie, at the end of the trip, they're going to land on a planet, or they're going to get to another destination, they're going to get to their... they're out in space, so we can say they're fucking trying to land on Earth. So all this is happening when they're on the ship, and the main drive the protagonist is having is that they're trying to get it done before they get to Earth. Because if this fucking parasite, this whole thing, reaches Earth, humanity is fucked.
M. Night Shyamalan twist, it already got there.
Oh, and then he asked, and it came from Earth. Mm-hmm. The plague is humanity. Turns out they were all aliens the whole time. Dun, dun, dun.
Who was really the alien in the end? We have a kid say, "I see aliens," and then Bruce Willis gets all scared.
Christ. Okay, so just to recap everything that we have so far. It's Among Us, it's on a ship, they're fighting some kind of parasitic AI that's infecting robots and is jumping to humans. The ship is actually a planet, and they're going back to Earth, and they're trying to stop the parasite plague before they land on Earth. The plot twist, it's already on Earth.
Wait, so we're committing to the ship being like a moving planet? So the twist. Okay, so the twist is that the ship is a moving planet, but that's not the actual twist. That's just another twist. We need like a third twist.
Shyamalan do?
Yeah, we need more twists. You're right. I just think that when we're getting this story like a lineup actually done, if anybody wants just to throw in a twist, just go ahead. Just make it a twist.
Yeah, this is going to be a very twisty, almost nonsensical movie. I think that works.
And everyone's going to say that Shyamalan's never been better.
Hey, I see Signs was a great movie. I don't know if I can top that. Okay, so we
Signs
need...
actually...
Okay, so now we need to define our protagonist, antagonist, and protagonist motivation specifically. We need to define everything specifically and like get the basis for plotting things.
Okay, so our protagonist, who are they going to be? Who's an actor we want to see in this role? Is more what I'm asking.
Just because Illy brought up the Firefly character whose name I forget, I'm imagining this character to be female. Someone bubbly and optimistic, someone... I'm just imagining a woman in this role for whatever reason.
Alright. Okay, I can see that.
Couldn't it also be a man and then it's a female entity that is the antagonist?
Sexy space aliens. Absolutely, that's going to make it a lot easier to sell this movie. You get some sexy female space aliens in there. It's fucking box office with gold. Everyone
really easy sell for Colin, apparently, is...
Hey, do you think people went and saw Avatar in droves, spent billions of dollars to go watch that movie for the plot, which is basically Dancing with Wolves? No, they went there to see those blue space boobs. Alright, they went to see... That was the selling point of that movie.
You don't even get to see them. They're covered.
Yeah, you get side boob.
We know they're there. We watched their tails connect and everything. It works.
It's actually how James Cameron pitched that movie to the producers.
He's like, guys, listen, I made Terminator 2, but now I want to put some blue space boobs on screen. And then the studio just throwing money at him.
So we got we got bubbly guy, bubbly happy dude. He's a little bit intense and cruel at moments, but other than that, he's pretty good. Um, but impatient. So like kind of, it would be like a hothead is kind of how I see it. Like a happy, like a positive, but kind of like when shit gets to it, they get down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Into it. And so basically, and so this person is a very good person, very optimistic, and that's going to be kind of really challenged throughout the entire thing by seeing the AI, and then his shipmates being taken over by this thing, which is probably going to be very painful. So we're watching someone get taken over by the parasite. It's going to be really painful, and it's going to be really challenging to him to go through that while he tries to find the cure.
Oh, I just had a cool idea I want to do for this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Halfway through the movie, the Rihanna AI realizes that the parasite is taking over like the AI control, and she ports herself into like a battle droid drone thing, and then instead of having mass control over the ship, it's like a battle droid Rihanna that's working with the protagonist.
Ooh.
That like could eventually die. Like this is the only this is their only AI now. It's not throughout the ship. She got herself out before she could get infected. But you could just do like halfway through the movie, it's like now we got cool robot Rihanna helping out the protagonist and like basically assisting and being like, you look like shit, and they're like, I feel fine. It's like, yeah, I know you feel fine. You took pain drugs. Took super pain drugs, but you're not fine. But that way, it kind of puts in that he always has the Rihanna AI helping him out, and she's going to continue to help out throughout the movie. But then the ability to control the ship and stuff starts to get lost into the parasite.
I like that. You just added that entire character's subplot. You just gave Robo Rihanna her entire subplot. I love it.
Well, when she comes in, she's gonna have like a robo gun and shit, and be like this fucking badass like commander shit, because it's an AI that knows a ton of stuff, so it knows how to be a fucking badass when it's in a droid that it like knows how to use, you know?
Yes.
But
So, what if it wasn't a battle droid? What if she miscalculated and ported herself into a cleaning droid?
oh, and then it's like, no, what if it wasn't a miscalculation? She was like all the battle droids, whatever, and she's like, I picked the droid with the most enhanced and like best security system to fight the virus, and he's like, a cleaning droid, and she's like, yes. Why do these have the most security? I don't know. I didn't build them. But then she utilizes this cleaning droid's like actual like secondary things that it has access to like help do crazy badass shit with it.
What if it's not even
Just
like
beating
crazy badass? What if it's not even crazy badass shit? It's just the simplest thing, like squirting like fucking cleaning liquid in front of the robots taken over by the parasite, and they slip and fall. And that's literally the one attack that has like making them fall down. Like the droid has to stand up, oil, slip, fall. Stand up, slip, fall. Stand up, slip, fall. It's like, you humans are very badly designed. It's very easy to make you fall down.
Like crazy easy. It's ridiculous. The equilibrium sucks.
Why do you have legs? Why don't you guys just evolve wheels, idiots?
All right, we need to kind of get a person in here for the primary role. Who would you guys think? Just like any name. I think bubbly. I tend to think like young. It would rather be a happy old man that kind of gets pushed over the edge, or a happy younger dude. Like I'm thinking, crank up the age, or we leave it low.
Leave it low. This is kind of younger, I guess.
Holland?
Yeah,
Works.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
I hate it. Everyone cast Tom Holland in everything, but it works. It just does.
He's the new little Hollywood twink hit star, and it works.
All right. So that's our protagonist, and then his kind of the secondary character and their kind of story that we got a little bit shaped up. The antagonist. What is the main? Because it's going to start from the like service droids, right? The butler droids. this like charming takeover the whatever. So what are they gonna be like, or who are we basing them off of?
So are we gonna go with the woman? Are we gonna go with the attractive woman here, or are we gonna go with like the older like Michael Fassbender type?
No. We go hot space milf.
Hot space milf.
Yep.
Hot space milf. Ileana, what Hollywood actress comes to mind if you think the word milf? Anyone at all?
Blake Lively?
Blake Lively as hot space
Blake
milf.
Lively.
No, I'm not
She is
mad at
hot.
it. I'm not mad at it. Blake Lively is very attractive. I'm into it.
I'm gonna look up Hollywood milfs right now.
That's a terrible idea.
It's gonna-
27
Hollywood
hottest celebrity
milfs,
milfs.
3
This is from
miles from
2014.
Oh no. Okay, this is getting into some dangerous territory here. Shit.
Courtney Kardashian.
Kourtney Kardashian.
No.
No. Please. We were risking it with having Jake Paul on
What's your
the
idea?
over the top character
The
list.
Asian chick from Charlie's Angels. She's a hot mouth.
What, Lucy Liu?
Yes. Or
Lucy
Sandra
Liu
Oh.
is a hot milf.
She's actually. He's like, I don't. And she got inseminated. She's so hot.
Sandra Oh? Who's Sandra Oh? I know that name.
I like either of them. I like Lucy Liu just because
Sandra
Charlie's
Oh
Angels.
was in Invincible.
and-
Andrew was in Grey's Mom.
But she was Mark's mom, right?
Yeah, she was Debbie.
Oh, Debbie was a milf.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Can
we
guys
go
are
with
saying
Debbie?
Sandra Oh.
But I also like Lucy Liu too. Here's trying to hard sell me on Lucy Liu here, so my vote is up for Lucy Liu, I think.
Sandra Oh.
Oh god, you
Calling
guys
you the
aren't going to
tiebreaker.
make me the tiebreaker, right? Oh no.
Yes, you are.
I feel like it's not
Roll
fair
a
because I haven't
die.
seen Invincible. Roll a die.
Roll a die. That's
Okay.
how we solve every problem.
Okay.
If it's odd, it's Sandra Oh. If it's even, it's Lucy Liu.
Odd Sandra Oh, even Lucy Liu. Let's see. Rolling. It's odd. It is a 3.
That's Sandra Oh then.
It's a 3. It's Sandra Oh.
I'm a 3.
Sandra Oh.
Now's
You and
not
me
the
both,
time.
Illy. You and me both, Illy. Wasn't quite sure what to expect bringing you on here, but it's exactly on brand so far.
All right. Sandra
I've
Oh.
been very tame, thank you.
Sandra Oh, a very charming and helpful droid with secret intentions that aren't yet revealed, but then they get revealed.
Mm-hmm.
And then super parasite. And what does the parasite do to so when it's what does it just make people hive minds of her control so that like when a person gets infected, they almost have like her mannerisms and stuff and just move the way that she wants them to?
Is there going to be any kind of visual change? Like, is it just like an internal brain bug, or are we thinking like I keep going back to the flood from Halo, where there's going to be some kind of like growth or some shit happening visually to them?
It's gonna be my idea is like almost like a cybernetic growth near like the veins around the neck and the head that starts to come out, and then like the eyes go purple or something. Like just a very easy visual indicator this person's infected.
Illy, what were you thinking?
It's not as easy to tell if someone's infected.
So something very
Right.
subtle?
It could be subtle. It could literally be like an eye color change.
Ooh.
What if the infection and the being controlled by the hive mind were like two different things? Like you could be infected and not controlled by the hive mind yet, but then it slowly builds and then you are like it builds and then your brain gets controlled or whatever. But like at the very early stages of infection, maybe it just has like it like just makes you want to infect other people in subtle ways.
So it's like
Like
a
it's like a
gradual
very-
influence thing.
Yeah, but then once you get hive mind where she can just fully control you, it's like, you know, mechanical. You're just like a zombie for her to use. But the infection starts a lot, so it's crazy hard to detect.
I like that. I like that because it would kind of really push the Among Us-ness of it, because they're not quite sure at the beginning who's sus or not.
Who
who's
is
an imposter.
sus?
We have to add the line in here of red is sus or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, we we actually should name all the characters like colors based off of like their suits or whatever that they wear. Like they just casually call each other like red and blue and shit like that.
Yeah.
So their code names or their nicknames.
Yes, exactly. But then we don't do like jumpsuits that are really obvious. We do like subtle like indicators. Like maybe one's less subtle, has like a jacket or something, or one's just got like a blue necklace or something like that. But
Little
then
emblems.
I like
okay,
it.
I like that. Code names.
So what color is our protagonist?
I think he's got to be red, right? Red's the most popular.
Fair.
But red is also most seen as the bad guy.
That's why he would be sus.
I think that we do a bunch of the AI stuff is red. When they take like red is her theme basically. Because red is also rage, control, all that stuff. Red's a really good color for it. I guess yellow or blue would both be two like more positive colors for our protagonist. Blue very much contrasts red, just from.
So it's very literally red versus blue. Okay.
Yeah, red versus blue. So, what are your thoughts, Ileana? What's your brain thinking too?
I like the idea of the colors. Do they have to be the standard red, blue, green? Could they be different languages?
You could absolutely
I'd
switch up the
follow with
language.
that.
Absolutely.
Because, like, calling someone red isn't quite as cool as calling someone rouge. And people joking about it being
Oh my
rogue.
god, dude!
And then it's actually rogue.
Yeah, that's so good. The AI's name is Rouge.
Rouge. I mean, all right, perfect.
Okay, now I gotta look at blue in different languages until I see the coolest one.
Bleh.
It's like the worst one. Bleh. Bleh.
Bleh.
All right. I think while we do that, while we look at the different colors, I think now is the time because we do have to roll for our last 3 wild cards, which is the last thing we have to do before we actually start like plotting the thing out. So I'm going to roll for our very first of our last 3 wild cards here. And our very first of our last one is 15. Oh god, what's 15?
15 is at a
Training
training montage. That's in every single fucking
Why
movie
we
we
keep
make has a
getting
training montage in it.
We keep getting training montages. Okay,
If this like specifically is there's no part where there should be a training montage in it. When are we gonna have time for them to be like like
Does it have to be protagonist training? What if it's antagonist training? What if it's a training montage of, like, the hive mind or the infection?
we could do that. We could do that and make it work.
the thing is, because we have to do a training montage, that is without the doubt the best way we could do it. But
Yeah.
not doing a training montage would be better.
but we rolled it. We have to add it.
I think a little goofy training montage about her trying to hive mind control people. I think it'd be funny if she was like trying to get the humans able to do what she wants, and she's like, "Man, you guys just suck compared to the robots. Like the robots just do it so easy. You humans are struggling so hard with like the simplest shit. Like it's annoying."
So there we go. We have our first of our last wild cards. And now the next one is a 3. What's 3?
What is
This. Yes, we're waiting for this
The
one.
cinematic universe!
This movie is now the start of the cinematic universe, and will shoehorn in unnecessary characters, unresolved plots, and useless after-credit scenes.
The training montage is an after-credit scene. There we go.
Oh, about what's next for Rue.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, at some point, we're gonna have to have one of the parasites get shot out into space, and then after credit scene, it lands on a planet or something, and just like starts to dethaw or whatever.
That's the after credit scene.
Okay.
This movie has 3 after credit scenes that are all different. 2 set up different movies, and 1 is a joke.
It's
Trust
up
me.
to you to figure out which.
Yeah, and there's also plot twists ahoy. So that's another thing we gotta remember. All right, so we're starting a cinematic universe with it.
Yes. And
The
It's
Among
fun.
Us cinematic universe.
Oh my!
oh, the
If
Susverse.
we, that sounds awful. I don't want
What's
to be
wrong
any
with the
part of
Susverse?
The Susverse? What do you mean? The name is wrong with the Susverse. Oh,
I think it
okay.
works. Okay,
All right.
so our
we're
last
setting up
roll.
some sort of space badass. So our hero should survive then to continue going through this story then.
Yes.
Realistically, we would hope so. Okay, well we can set up the sequel. The sequel, they go down to Earth and then there's like a group of freedom fighters who are fighting against the virus or whatever.
Yeah.
Their name is the Susvengers.
The Sustus League.
This
Calm down, Liberty. Wanting freedom.
I am so sorry.
Sustus
I'd like
Okay.
I'd like to apologize to everyone watching right now.
We got one more wild card before we just start getting the stories.
Okay.
Let's get that wild
The
card
last
done.
wild card rolling a 7.
Oh,
Protagonist fails spectacularly at the end.
nice.
Okay, they don't just fail. So our protagonist doesn't just fail. They don't just lose. They fail spectacularly. Like they have to
They
accidentally.
send the parasite to Earth.
Press the
Ooh.
wrong button. Oopsies.
They end it with like 2 escape pods. One is going to Earth and the other one is being sent into the sun or something. And they get into the one going to the sun, and the parasite gets into the one going to Earth.
We just end it thinking that the protagonist is just dead because they're flying towards the sun, but then we end it with like, they will return. And it's like, wait, what?
We just fucking watch
You
them
just said they
die.
were dying.
Yeah, no movie would ever do
Plot
They
that.
will return
The
as...
plot twist is that the sun isn't actually destructive. It's the home base for the Sustus League.
They're just walking around on the sun. No, the sun isn't actually
Yeah, it's a
dangerous
secret
at all.
base.
Oh,
It's a
no.
secret.
It's not a sun, it's a sus.
It's a...
Oh no.
All right.
Oh god.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
that's a good rare wild cards. Liberty, do you have a segue for us?
Our beautiful segue is saying that the Sustus League and all Sustus League related paraphernalia is brought to you by our wonderful sponsor, and that sponsor is us, actually. I have a little ad read here as soon as I pull it up, and my computer stops being slow. Here we go. So again, this episode of Writing with Dice is sponsored by, again, us, patreon.com/SelectStartNetwork. If you're loving what you're hearing or seeing, and you want to support us, why not go over to patreon.com/SelectStartNetwork. You can support us from just a couple of bucks a month to the crazy $1,000 level. Want to see all the shows live and uncut and get a 10% discount of our merch store? Sign up at the live and uncut tier for only $11.50 US. I believe it's around $15 Canadian. If you can't support us financially, you don't want to go to the Patreon, just by leaving a like on this if it's a YouTube video or a follow during the Twitch streams. That supports us just as much. If you don't want to do any of that, you can do that too. Like, it's your life, live it how the way you please. But we do want you guys' support, so give us a follow if you can. If you want to come support the Patreon, go ahead. Other than that, though, another wonderful sponsor by us and a very misguided ad read by Liberty, who was just trying to get through it at the end.
What are you talking about? You're doing great, man. That was a good one.
Oh, I know. I just don't know how to talk when I'm reading an ad.
They're weird too, especially when you get to that moment. You know all the pressure's on you. It's like me starting this podcast every fucking week. I don't know. I don't know what to say. At this
You
point.
got a little tummy ache. All right. So we've got our idea. We got our plot. Time to put it on the paper and get this story, get the plot details written out. So,
Taking over.
Ileana, how does our story begin? Lots of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Okay. We could start.
I'm trying to think.
There's a few ways we could start. We could have like a nice character introduction, so we get to know our protagonist, like what they're like back on Earth, and then kind of like a flashback to them on Earth, and then they're up in space. Or we could just like straight up start it in space, so it literally just like big introduction of the ship.
I got an idea.
We can
We
start with the
do
villain.
we do like a like a video basically, but it just looks like it's what you're watching of like a family all like playing in a yard or something like that. And it looks happy, and then the person's like, "What do you do? You're always recording. You're never a part of stuff." And then the camera gets flipped, and then it's our protagonist. Zoom out to our protagonist watching this clip of his family from his phone or whatever. And as we can see, the protagonist is visibly aged from the video to what they are now watching the clip, seeing that they are excited and they're reliving memories because they're going back to Earth, and it's something they are excited about. They're at a moment of happiness. They're almost back on Earth. They've gone on this trip for whatever, and this is like our introduction to our protagonist. Family person, excited to go back to Earth, but again, visibly aged. It's a bit of an edgier Tom Holland this time.
That works. So it was like a nice little like sweet character introduction of like, oh, this person has a family. This person's very sweet. And then we cut out to them, and then maybe they have to start going out and doing their tasks. They go, they have a ship meeting, and then they gotta go out and do the tasks. And
Watch
that kind
out
of
for
leads
electrical.
to ooh, oh,
we
lights go
introduce
off.
his best buddy played by Jack Black, who hops out of the top bunk and makes a joke at him.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm never gonna
Is
say no to having
anyone
Jack Black in the movie.
complaining about this Jack Black casting? Because I feel like it'd be fantastic.
I'm never complaining
No.
about Jack Black. Never.
Good.
And he has to do a cameo in every single film in the Sus universe.
In the Justice League cinematic universe.
Jack Black
Sus-
is basically our version of Sam Jackson's Nick Fury. They just show up everywhere, doing shit, helping people out every step of the way, no matter where it is. They just show up.
I was actually gonna kill Jack Black because he was the best friend of the main character. But no, we can keep him alive, I guess.
No,
We
it
gotta
would be a
keep him
plot
because
twist.
he's gonna be the secret bad guy.
Okay, both. We kill off
Oh,
the
yes, this is
character
an M. Night
and then
movie.
resurrect them later.
Mhm.
So the beginning of the task of the day with their
So
bunkmate.
what color are we giving Jack Black?
I feel like
I'll
that's
just-
very very obviously black.
Oh, we give him black? What is he? He's not
Black's
going by
not
noir.
a color. Black is a shade.
It is in Among Us. That's what
It's a
matters.
That's
shade.
true. Fine, what shade are we? Fine, he doesn't have a color. He has a shade.
And he's gonna be the color brown. He's gonna be brown.
Be brown. Aw.
That's so mean.
Why does that mean? What's wrong with brown?
Like- The worst color.
But his name is Bruin because that's Dutch for brown.
Bruin.
Ooh,
Bruin.
I'm into it. Played by Jack Black.
He's the buddy / accidental antagonist. As we know, there is a plot twist. There's 100 plot twists, all coming.
Yes.
Starting out for the
And then
first
they
one, we
wake
reveal
up.
5 minutes in that his family is dead. Plot twist. Okay, we don't do that.
So then at
You
this
say
point
that they
we
wake up.
So at this point we're gonna be going around the ship and we're gonna kind of establish the world they're in, establish that they're in this ship. They're on their way to Earth. We probably established the Rihanna ship AI.
Yep. She has some lines. She has like a notable relationship almost with what's our character's name? His name is Red, but we gotta have a better name than Red.
I thought Sandra
Actually, you
Oh
know
was
what?
red.
Red is
Oh
the
yeah,
bad
she is
guy.
Red. Yeah, so
I've just kind of been calling him
but she's
Blue.
I actually I like Blue, but I like just Blue like that. I think like they call him like Baby Blue or something like that because he's so young.
That works perfectly,
Aw,
actually.
he's the baby.
He's Baby Blue, but
baby.
he just goes by
Aw.
Blue now.
Little baby pigeon.
All right, we need
So-
a name for the ship.
The
The
Suster Prize.
the bodega, the Suster Prize. Something with sus in it.
The U.S. Suster Prize.
The SUSS. Okay. The sussy.
This is off the rails. This is absolutely off the rails.
this
The-
sus.
The suspension.
The suspension. That sounds kind of cool.
There you go.
What about the Hammerhead? I think the Hammerhead is actually a cool name for a spaceship, but it doesn't have sus in it at all.
The suspension hammerhead. You have 2 words,
No, that's
long
too
name.
much.
The spaceship will look like the word sus. Like it's
No.
shaped like the word.
I'm
I thought you were going to go
objecting
shaped
at
like a
that.
hammerhead. Okay, fine, we're calling it the hammerhead then. Fine, it's got a hammerhead.
No, it's gotta have sus in the name. The sus station.
The station.
Hear me out. It can say sus. You just will never see that it says sus because it's stacked on top of itself. So it's like S-U-S, and then that's how the ship is built. And it's just a cylinder going through space.
What about like the space United ship or something?
Okay, yeah, so it's the
It's just
SUS.
an acronym for sus.
Mhm.
The SUS. This is the ship of the United States. I don't know.
The ship.
You
of
really
the-
think the
I don't know.
United States is gonna...
We established the ship they're on, the sus.
Sus hammerhead.
Ship of United
sus.
States.
Oh no.
Ship of
The
United
sus.
Space.
Okay.
Ship of United Space Hammerhead sus model. Okay, no, we're good. We got enough name titles on this.
The journey going back to Earth. Ship AI.
After a 2-year trip, 2-year space trip collecting minerals or some shit.
Yeah, because this is still a road trip, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So they're,
But
it's
a
taking
point of
place on
road
a
trip
journey.
movies is that you need to stop places to like do things. That's what happens in road trip movies. They can't stop at planets to like fight other stuff.
They got to stop at fucking Titan to refuel. They got to stop at an asteroid to try to mine enough gold to fix their electronics. They got to try to stop in the asteroid belt to get some bullshit.
All while fighting the parasite.
Yes.
They pick up the parasite on the way, on one of the stops.
Oh,
You know, those
Road
space truck
trip.
stops. Space truck stops. You might catch something in them. those dirty bathrooms.
oh God! All right, so there, and then in their first stop, so we have established Rouge is just a normal AI that's not problematic. She is not infected by the micro robo parasite yet. And then they have to stop at a space truck stop because Jack Black's character needs to use the bathroom, and that's where he brings on the parasite.
Why can't they use the bathroom on the ship?
Okay, they stop to refuel. They stop at a space gas station to refuel their ship, so they have
Space
enough
shell.
in their ion thrusters to get back to Earth.
The space shell, yeah, as Ileana had said.
Oh.
Did you say shell?
Shell, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And they say Jack Black goes in to get space slushies while they're refueling.
Space sussies.
Oh my god, are you just gonna do every single word we say? You're just gonna try and put sus into it?
How did I start this?
Yeah,
You're
you're
right,
the one
that's
that
true.
started this, Colin.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
actually no, I'm the one that brought up
Among
Among Us.
Yeah, you did.
I've started it. I was the sus one. I was imposter the whole time.
It's all of our fault. It's really this whole thing is a train wreck, and it's all of our fault.
Yeah, none of us have actively done anything to stop this, but that's okay. He goes in to get sussies. I just, with all of the Among Us shit, I just want to tank this script and make it stupid, even though all of our ideas are really cool.
The fact that it turned into Among Us, you just want to kill it. You just want to kill it.
And he buys a hot dog that has the parasite on it, and he didn't know. But it turns out he did know because twist.
He walks by a vent.
There has
Put
to be
that
a
in the
scene where
script.
Tom
Put
Holland.
it in the script. He walks by a vent. Oh wait,
Jack-
Tom Holland has to vent to get...
Jib with blue hiding. Well, by a vent with blue hiding in it. There you go.
Okay, why? But we had the bad guy's not even here yet. Why is he hiding in the vent?
I'm putting this later. Don't worry.
Jack Bruin.
That was the last thing we heard about Jack Black's name. It's Bruin.
Oh,
Jack Bruin
Okay.
and Blue
All
and
right.
Rouge.
he gets the parasite in a hot dog.
Yeah, bring it back to the
How
ship.
does the AI get the hot dog?
It marks it as contraband food and steals it from him.
Yes.
Rouge.
But not the sussies, though? He can keep the sussies?
No, he can keep the sussies, but the hot
No,
dog
the
is
sussies.
meat.
The sussies are liquid.
Oh.
The sussies are liquid. The
And that's
hot
why
dog
it's
is
allowed
a
on a ship.
solid.
Is there like an M. Night Shyamalan thing with the sussies? What do the sussies mean? Or are they just sussies?
I have no idea where to go with that.
Avatar: The Last Suspender.
Doesn't even pertain!
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Turns out that Blue has a superpower. Blue's superpower is that he can control sussies like water. Like, we just have this weird scene where he gets his sussie that Jack Bruin picked it up, and then he, like, starts bending it, and he's like, what is this? And then we never touch it for the rest of the movie. Like, it's just in there.
Okay, may I remind you all that we do have a time limit. We have like 10 minutes left to get this entire thing plotted.
No.
All right, reveal. M. Night Shyamalan reveal Tom Holland can control sussies. He's a suspender.
Blue can control sussies with his mind. He is the last suspender. There you go. Control. He is the last suspender. Okay, so the AI is going through the ship. Blue can control sussies. Rouge has the hot dogs, which spread it to them. So now Sandra Oh Rouge is starting to go crazy and get infected. What do they? What
Yes.
does Rouge do to start killing crewmates?
She starts faking tasks.
Ooh.
She's like, I need you to do this thing in electrical, and then kills them.
Strangled. With
She
an
just like
electrical-
starts flagging like things that need maintenance around the ship, and she starts taking out those maintenance workers. Because it was mainly an AI mining mission where the AI was doing the mining, but they needed crew members on board to assist with the maintenance. So it's mostly maintenance workers on board.
That makes sense. That absolutely works.
All right.
What happens next?
Blue starts to notice that things are getting sus. Hey, he goes, has Rouge been sus to you guys lately or what?
Oh my god. Then what? Then what happens?
Ileana, give us another plot twist.
Anything?
Someone else finds the hot dog and eats it,
There you go.
spreading around a different
That's what makes it cross-contaminate.
Yes.
cross-contamination. There we go.
And then Sandro learns that it can infect humans, and then it's like, she was infecting the maintenance robots at first, but then upon realizing that Jack Bruin, who ate the hot dog, is starting to get infected, starts to infect the workers.
Yes. And that's where the training montage comes in. She starts to realize
There
she can
we go.
control the humans. So then she starts to like fucking start to control their mind and slowly getting into their minds and controlling them.
Yep. Then the Brianna AI realizes what's going on, ejects herself into a cleaning robot.
Ooh.
Because I think we're at the halfway point. I don't know. Sussie's just completely lost it for me. I have no idea where we are.
We've kind of lost a lot of our structure here. We don't really have our. We don't really even have it.
It's a road trip, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Okay.
And there's a training montage, so we got that.
Okay, so at this point now we have Tom Holland, Blue, trying to survive against all these infection things with robot Rihanna, cleaning robot sidekick, and they're just trying to survive.
What's Robot Rihanna's name? What about Noir? Like Noir.
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 I like it. Noir.
That'd be cool, right?
Yes.
That's like one of the only I can only think of for different language colors or shades.
Blanche?
Sorry,
Or white.
Blanche would be cool too.
Ooh.
What do you think, Blanche or Noir?
I kind of like Blanche.
Blanche,
Grease
okay.
For gray.
Ooh.
I like Blanche. I'm a Blanche man now.
Yes, we got Blanche.
We'll introduce Grease in the sequels. Can Grease be like the car mechanic? So it's like a Grease like gray, but it's also like Grease like I work with cars,
Like
eh?
grease lightning.
Yeah.
Go grease lightning, go grease lightning.
All right. So Blue and Rihanna and Blanche realize they need to get rid of all the sussiness on board. And Blue says, "I can control the sussies to help," and is he's controlling. He starts sussy bending. Sorry. Oh, this is so hard to talk.
It's so hard to talk with that much cringe coming out of your mouth. The suspending. Blue. Oh, fuck. This is... Okay, it uses the suspending skills to fight them off and keep them at bay until their next stop. What happens at the next stop they're expecting? Like, this is going to be, like, their last stop until Earth. What happens there instead?
They
A
go.
bunch of infected robots get off.
Do they get off, or do they find that their things are already infected there as well? Like, oh shit, we thought I was gonna be able to like find help here. Oh no, this whole place is also infected. So shit, I'm alone until I actually get back to Earth.
Ooh, yeah. But then robots also do get off there
Yes.
because the people there are just normal human infected, but then the cybernetic cross infected get off there to fucks with everything.
And that's gonna be one of our unresolved plot lines that starts the cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The other gas station.
And we're gonna have to put like a random celebrity cameo in there just because, just like help start things off.
Donald Glover's there.
I'm into it.
Okay, Donald Glover's there. He goes, "You motherfuckers been acting sus lately," and then that's just a.
What about Lucy Liu?
Oh yeah, Lucy Liu hasn't done a whole lot, has she? Oh wait, no, Lucy Liu wasn't in the movie.
She's not in the movie.
We have Sandra.
Get her
Oh,
in the
okay.
movie.
She's
Lucy
there
Liu.
too.
We established Lucy Liu and Donald Glover as this badass duo fighting zombies on somewhere else, but then we don't
Yes.
resolve it and just leave it open, so we can give them their solo film.
Don and Lucy
Okay,
on
well
a
then-
spaceship. So, I had to get as soon as you brought up Donald Glover, I was like, okay, I have to get this jingle
All
out
right.
there somehow.
So, what are their names going to be? One of them could be Green. What's Green in like Spanish or something? I know it's
There.
there. Oh, one of them's Armorillo.
Armorillo? Okay.
That's Spanish yellow. So he can be Donald Glover be Armorillo, and she'll be Green.
Glover.
Vert.
Ver.
Looks like
Lucy
Ver.
Liu. Yeah.
She could be Zelini. That's Russian.
Zelina, how do you spell that?
There's Zelina. No, that's Serbian.
Be
up.
rushing around.
Zelina's actually kind of cool. That's like the Slovakian Zelena with an accent.
There you go. That works. I don't want to take the time to figure out the accents in Word right now.
All right, Zelina and Armorillo are shown for 1 sec, like for like 5 seconds. They say a really line about stuff being sus, and then we move on.
Yes, and they'll have a spin-off.
And then they realize they need to hit the self-destruct button, but Rouge has locked the self-destruct key in the map room.
Yeah, that's a location. That's a location in Among Us.
So they need to get to the map room to get the self-destruct key so they can self-destruct the thing and escape.
Yes, before he escapes on the pods. On the escape pods.
An event.
Yeah, they use the vents to get there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Use the vents to get there.
Yep.
And eventually he does hit the button. He has to fight his way through this whole fucking horde of the infected, of the robots and Rouge and all these people. He has to fight his way through there. I think this is going to be the climax of the movie. It's very anticlimactic. We didn't have much build up here, but I think this is going to have to be the climax here.
And then it is revealed at once they get the self-destruct key and they're ready to put it in, when what was her name? Blanche pulls the gun on Blue and reveals that her and Rouge have been planning this whole AI uprising since the beginning.
Oh shit.
She needed the self-destruct key so that he couldn't destroy the ship.
Ooh.
But then when you think about it, it's like, wait, if they planned it together, why are they helping each other? But don't think about it
Yeah,
too
you
much.
don't think about it. It's just a plot twist that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, the good guy was bad the whole time, even though they've mowed down however many fucking henchmen. Happens all the time.
Yeah. We'll just make it a gimmick that like Tom Holland's the only one who knows where it is or something.
Yes. So,
Like
how does...
like he's special.
He's the chosen one because he's the last suspender. Okay, so how does Blue get out of this? How does Blue get out of this situation?
With this sussy bending.
Okay, Blue uses...
He suspends away.
Yep. Like, oh, the sussy starts flowing from the vents. That's a sus slushy, by the way.
Plot twist earlier in the movie, he sees that there's like a slushy making machine or a sussy making machine. He just turns the on button and just like lets it go, so like an entire room is filling up, so he has like this whole fucking mass of it behind him.
It's not like a tiny one in a corner. It's like an industrial sized slushy machine they have on the ship for some reason.
They go through a lot of it.
They got through a lot of sussy on that ship. It's like the main food they had.
Blanche and Rouge. Okay, so are we gonna go with that ending of he gets in the wrong escape pod? Because he does have to fail spectacularly in the end. That's still the one thing we have to do.
I think that's
Okay.
So does he activate the self-destruct key or no?
Yes.
Maybe Rouge destroys the self-destruct key, and then his plan of get the MacGuffin now is just trying to escape in a worn Earth. But he realizes, he knows he can send the ship into the sun, but then he just sends himself into the sun.
Okay. Send the ship
So he
into
realizes
the sun, but accidentally...
he programs the coordinates to Earth on accident for the ship to go, and then hops in an escape pod, and then he like just gets them mixed up. By the way, this
feel pain, right?
because he does.
Because he doesn't...
So he's got a massive concussion,
Oh,
and he
God.
doesn't.
Yeah, he just keeps getting the shit kicked out of him, and progressively he just starts making less and less sense throughout the movie.
In
but
his
he
mind,
never like notices it.
In his mind, he's like noticing, he's like talking completely normal. He's like, "Hey, don't worry, I got this." But then like cut to what Blanche is watching. He's like, "No, yeah.
Okay. She's like, "I'm going to betray you," and he's just like, "You're my best friend too."
Plot twist: Blue was massively concussed the entire time.
Yeah, that's another plot twist, but like because of the pain thing that we established early in the movie, but we forgot to write.
Yep. And yeah.
All right, so then he sends the ship to Earth in Doom's Earth and sends himself into the sun, and then that's the ending. Before the after credit scenes, it's pretty sad, honestly.
Yep. So what were the after credit scenes again? What were those?
So the first after credit scene, we gotta tease what's happening on Earth. So the first after credit scene is like a group of people getting together, and they like, you know what's coming, and they're like, we'll be ready. And then we tease the next movie, which is the Justice League.
Okay. Illy, what's the next after credit scene? What are we throwing in?
Yep.
Next after credits, we go back to what is it? Amarillo and the Slovakian
Zelina.
Zelina. We go back to them, and they're just standing among a bunch of dead bodies, and they get a pager that they're needed on Earth.
Perfect.
And it has to be a pager. It has to be
like a literal pager.
Yeah.
A literal pager.
Perfect.
So the third after credit scene is going to be about Blue. Colin, what happens to Blue after he gets sent off into the sun?
He lands on the sun. He's like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. It's the fucking sun. It's a big ball of plasma and shit. he steps out and realizes that humanity's been lied to, but for years, and the sun is actually a giant-ass bright planet that you can walk on, and has civilizations. And it's so bright because of all the lights of the civilization just partying all the fucking time.
Oh, the Sun City,
Ah.
the Sun people.
Yes.
Welcome to Sun City. Yeah, what's going on?
Seems
And
pretty sus.
God.
Sus. No, I forgot that the sun is called the Sus in this universe.
It's shining bright like the sus. Okay.
And then there's another after credit scene.
No.
And it is just verbatim that scene at the end of Age of Ultron, where Thanos puts his hand to the gauntlet and says, I guess I have to do this myself. And we have no context to who he is or why he said that or anything like that. We just copy that scene and put it at the end of our movie.
Okay, yeah, we just straight rip it off. That works.
Yeah, because
We'll
I
just
guess
flip it around.
I guess I'll have to do tasks myself, he says, and then puts on the Infinity Gauntlet.
I guess I gotta go to electrical. Shit. Okay, so that is our movie. That is our entire ass movie.
Among Us film.
Yeah, we normally at the end we title this, but I feel like literally just Among Us the movie.
I
We
think
got
that
Among
with,
sus.
it's our it's okay. As our special guest, Ileana, you get to pick the name, the title for our film, for the film that we all made together. Are you landing with Among Us, the movie, or you got any other ideas?
Suspicion.
Suspicion. But like the sus is all caps and then the rest is normal.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever.
Suspicion.
I don't know. Suspicion.
Suspicion.
That works perfectly. That works perfectly. And
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
all right.
Susamon.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. I think we got a solid script here. For a reminder to anyone in Hollywood who wants to make this movie, 30% to each of us for our of the box office gross goes to each of us. If you want to make
We
this,
get 90% revenue.
just a small fee. Just a small fee, right? Okay.
It's not really that lot when you think about it. 90% is only like it's like 9/10.
Yeah, it's only 9 of the tenths. It's only 18/20ths.
That's not even that bad, honestly.
Yeah, fine. So if the movie makes $1 billion, you still make $100 million.
Yeah, that's like decent.
That's a lot of money. Don't turn your nose up at that. Okay, so this week we are going to do a special live post show. Usually we just record it and then upload it later, but this week we are going to do it live as apologies for our technical difficulties last week. So thanks for everyone for watching. Have a good one.
Have a good. That's
Exactly. I'm just going to run the intro and then we'll be in the post show. So hold on.